Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Fellow hobbyists, collectors, and prey heads alike, I want to welcome you back to my channel. Now, if you by any chance are new to my channel, this is Predator Collectibles, and I am your host, Glennon Taylor, and we take a look at anything from action figures, comic book statues, prop replicas, anything that you can collect underneath the Predator franchise. Now, today's video is in fact a review for the first time in the year of 2020, and what better way to doing that is revisiting a current line from Hiya toys, and that's going to be the Jungle Hunter from 1987. And this is going to be pretty much an extensive review, only because there's a lot much more accessories in relation to this character. So I'll give you both the pros and cons to this particular 1/18 scale or 4.5 inch figure. So I figured, why not go ahead and start off 2020 with the Jungle Hunter from Hiya Toys. Now, on most of my reviews, I do like to start off with the box, mainly because the box is just as artistic, in my opinion, as the figure and the accessories that come along with it. So what we're looking at is the box itself from Hiya Toys, and I believe that this particular box is more intricate in detail as opposed to the other figures in the Hiya Toys Predator license or Predator line, mainly because this is the Jungle Hunter himself from the original 1987 film. And I really do like the outline of the box with the layout itself with the Predator logo and the Hiya Toys. This is, as they stated, is a figure that is meant for anybody over the age of 15 and up. It is not anyone specific for anyone under the age of 13 because of its small, intricate accessories and its also small details. So what I'm really excited to see is what exactly does come with the Jungle Hunter from Hiya Toys. So let's go ahead and get him out of the box. What you're looking at right now is just a vacuum form sealed protective blister pack that does hold all 5 accessories along with the stand and the figure. So I really do like how the Hiya Toys company was able to make sure that this particular figure and its accessories are secured and intact. So that's a really cool option. But what I also noticed, if you look in the back of the box, there happens to be a checklist from their Exquisite Mini Predator 2 line, and you have the City Hunter, Guardian Predator, Shadow, Boar, Warrior, and Elder. And when you look on the back of it, there'll be the Stalker, Lost, Shaman, and Scout Predator. But what they also gave you was a black and white photograph cardstock of the Hot Toys 1987 figure. Pretty much this is just a cardstock from the DVD. The first 2 accessories we're going to be looking at are the hands, and I really do like the hands. I like how they're painted, I like how they're sculpted. It's really hard for me to hold on to these because of how small they are, but if you can tell based on the 2 hands that I have hold it up and I do a side-by-side comparison, it seems as though that the left hand is much more brown or darker in color as opposed to the right hand, which has much more of a goldish bronze color or tan color. So I'm kind of wondering why one's darker than the other, but I do again like the hands overall, and I really do like the sculpt. It's just a little bit odd that one is much more darker than the other. Now, the other thing that I couldn't quite put my finger on is that Hiya Toys decided to go ahead and give you the combo stick, or combi stick, sorry, for the spear, as well as you get a collapsed and extendable spear. And I do like the sculpt. It does have the intricate details of the digital readout that you can see right here. And I also do notice that on the extended spear, there happens to be a little bit of flash or excess resin when they were pulling it out of the mold. So I'll go ahead and take my tweezers and remove that. There we go. And the next thing that we're going to be looking at is the red covered blood skull, and I really do like that this particular skull is red, mainly because this is, I would assume, Billy's skull. And in the film, Billy does get killed, and you do see his skull get ripped out, or in the spinal column from the Predator, and you can see it much more up close where the Predator was trying to clean it up. So I really do like the design of the skull. I do like how there's the black and red just like it is in the movie. So I do like the intricate details of accuracy that Hiya Toys put on the skull and spinal column. So I really do like that a lot. And the small part about it is, even though it is small, you can still see the sculpt and the details that make up Billy as when he was killed. So finally, we move on to the figure itself. Now I will state that I do love the figure as its design, its armor, and every intricate detail that Hiya Toys put into this jungle hunter. And you do have the individual dreads that are there, placed individually. Well, I was hoping that Hiya Toys has been able to allow the stability of the figure to where it will stand on its own. It will continue to fall. So the stand is something that unfortunately you will need. And as you can see, as I'm showing you right now, there's a peg on the stand where you can definitely twist and make sure that the figure will be put in its place. The other thing I happen to notice is that with the particular cannon, the cannon is a mold from the Elder clan leader from Predator 2. So I just happened to notice that as well per the tri-laser housing that's on top of the cannon. And I did have to use my tweezers in order for it to move back and forth because the ball joint is a little bit tight. And if you're not careful, it will pop off. But neither here nor there, it is a ball joint, so it will go back into its, again, respective place. So just make sure that you do twist a little bit to put it back where it belongs in case you do happen to have to pop out the cannon by accident. So that's a good part as far as ball joint and efficiency to putting it back where it won't break. The other thing I happen to notice is that the strap, the ornament that's on the strap, does again belong to the Elder Predator, and it does not belong to the Jungle Hunter. It is also shown on the gauntlet as well, where you can see the wrappings around the gauntlet. That is another Elder clan leader particular detail. I also happen to notice that with this particular med kit, it does come off with two intricate pegs. So you simply take it off and of course put it back where the two holes are. And you can take them on or off. It's entirely optional to you. Just put it back in place with the two pegs, and there you go. Now, of course, the two gauntlet blades do extend, as I'm showing you here. However, because the blades are a little bit small and plastic, they do bend. So just be very extremely careful when you're either extending them or putting them back. Now, I do also like the sculpt in the head for the bio helmet. For the Jungle Hunter, it definitely is the Jungle Hunter from the first film based on the sculpt and paint. So I do like that a lot. So there you have the Hiya Toys Predator figure. Now I will have to say that overall, as I mentioned before, that this I think is a really cool figure. As you can tell, the reason I'm laying down is because this is how small the Predator is. Now, as I mentioned before, there are cons. He won't stand without his stand, so there is the stability issue. The other factor is that for $24.99, I kind of wish there was just a little bit much more of intricacy and improvements for this figure. And I really wish the Hiya Toys had improved on this particular figure overall. Mainly again because with this being the Jungle Hunter himself, yeah, he does have really cool features, but the fact that they decided to use other parts of another character to make up this character is a little bit lazy. Now, you might be saying to yourself, you know, Glendon, you're being just a little bit nitpicky. For $24.99, I think A, I have that right, and B, you know, and when it comes down to costs, I understand overall it's a business. But when you have, understandably, a fan like me that says, well, yeah, it's similar, but there are details that we as Predator fans do take into account with characters like the Jungle Hunter, Elder, City Hunter, whatever have you, and you start using bits and pieces to make up another character, to me, we're going to take notice. So this is where my thoughts lie for the Jungle Hunter from Hiya Toys. Do I approve of it? The idea, yes. Execution, not so much. But I want to leave your thoughts down below of what you think if you did in fact get the Jungle Hunter into your collection from Hiya Toys. I'd love to know what your thoughts are, and I'm just pretty much looking at him based on his size. But overall, if you agree or disagree, like I said, leave your thoughts down below. I'd love to hear them. And if you like videos like this, make sure you give me a thumbs up. It does help out the channel. And if you are a Predator fan like me, hit that subscribe button as well as the bell notification. It does notify you and helps out the channel again as well. And I will definitely see you next week for yet another review. And until I also see you on my live stream on February 1st, 7 p.m., happy hunting, guys.